happy Sunday night, everybody. We are wrapping up the weekend with cool conditions, a little bit of cloud cover, and temperatures right around the 50s and 60s at this hour. Here's a live look outside. Happy Sunday night. Again, wrapping up the weekend with quiet conditions. We saw a lot of cloud cover build in today, of which didn't generate much rain. We didn't see anything really in the area. But rain is on the way for Christmas Eve late at night, just before Santa arrives, and we'll talk about that in detail in just a bit. Just want to make sure audio is working A-OK before we get started. And it sounds perfect. Okay, guys, live look outside. You can see a couple clouds overhead. Nothing concerning on radar. It is, again, quiet in the area. Now, if you're traveling anywhere across the Lone Star State for this week, a lot of folks will be hitting the roads. I-35, 1604, I-10, I-37, you name it. Everyone will be traveling. A lot of folks will be out traveling today, tomorrow, Tuesday as well. Now, if you are going anywhere, I would say the most inclement weather in the state for us is probably Dallas. Anywhere in northeast Texas is where it'll get a little active Christmas Eve. That's in the morning and in the afternoon hours. And then some of that rain and that weather will move in our direction here in San Antonio late Christmas Eve into early Christmas morning. It looks like most of the action will be east of I-35 towards Houston, Southeast Texas, Beaumont, Bryan, College Station area. That's where it should be more widespread late Christmas Eve and then again into early Christmas Day morning. But that is a look at kind of what to expect across the state from tomorrow through Wednesday. If you're hitting the roads, I would say most areas are going to stay quiet, but it's Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon where it gets active in North Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, and then some of that moves towards San Antonio late Tuesday night into early Wednesday as well. So again, that's a look at the Christmas travel, right? So, I mean, if you can look closely, Corpus Christi will probably be right around 80 degrees. Well, way too warm. You know, our average high is like 62, 63. And then, you know, we'll be right around 75 here in the city, 76, 77 on Tuesday, and then with a chance for rain. So we'll talk about that in detail coming up in just a little bit. But first, the Christmas forecast. It's going to be warm. You know, again, the normal high is like 63, and you typically hope and cross your fingers for like colder weather this time of year. Unfortunately, it's not going to be cold. It'll be cool in the mornings, but the afternoons, the daytime highs are going to be running well above average, like 77 Christmas Eve, 73 on Christmas Day. So a couple degrees cooler for Christmas itself, but again, I wouldn't call that cold. It's just going to be mild, if anything, in the area. Speaking of mild, it was a nice day today. Cloud cover kept temperatures probably in the 60s all day. Our airport reading this afternoon hit 70 from a morning low of 47. When you compare that to average, the second column, a little bit above. So it was an unseasonal winter day, the first Sunday of winter, matter of fact, and it did not feel like winter. I mean, 70 degrees, that's not what we typically see this time of year as we wrap up the year of 2024. 55 at Bandera, 64 at La Vernia, 65 at Hondo. Good evening to everyone out there this evening. Hey there, Cheryl, Lise. Hope you're having a wonderful night and hope you have a wonderful weekend. Merry Christmas from Universal City, UC, on the northeast side of San Antonio. From Kevin. Roxy, you want a white Christmas? Well, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. We want one. I'm trying to think if San Antonio's ever seen a white Christmas. I remember Corpus Christi and the coastal bend down into the valley, like near McAllen, Harlingen area. I would say probably in the 90s, they saw a weather system move in from the Gulf, and that produced rain, and it was cold enough to produce snow on Christmas Eve. But none of that made it to San Antonio. It was really towards the coast, Galveston, Corpus Christi, Rockport, McAllen, Kingsville, anywhere southwest of Corpus Christi is where they saw snow on Christmas Eve probably a couple decades ago. Now I'm curious. I really want to figure this out now. When did that happen? White Christmas, Corpus Christi, because it didn't happen here in San Antonio. 2004. The National Weather Service characterized this confluence of events as a historical first, according to more than 150 years worth of weather data. This event was an all-time record snowstorm in Victoria, 12.5 inches of snowfall, and then 4 to 5 blanketed Corpus Christi back on Christmas Eve of 2004. That's a story right there. That's incredible. But yeah, none of that we've never had a white Christmas in San Antonio, unfortunately. Cheryl, yeah, it's going to be a warm one. Highs in the 70s. No big surprise there. You remember that, Cheryl? You remember that? Yeah. I mean, if you were anywhere near the coast between Matagorda Bay, Corpus Christi, Rockport, Port Aransas, towards the valley, 2004 time, Christmas time, that's when we saw a pretty large winter event unfold. That was, 20 years ago, 2 decades ago. Now it's mild, 59 at Bernie, 55 in Kerrville. We have a warm day on tap for tomorrow. If you're doing any last minute Christmas shopping, it should be fine. Highs in the mid-70s. Again, average is like 63 this time of year. We'll be about 10 to 15 degrees above that. So a jacket in the morning, maybe a sweater in the morning, but you can lose that by lunchtime, and we'll be pretty mild and comfortable and pleasant in the mid-70s tomorrow for your Monday. Here is what to expect. Now, we're tracking a cold front. This one is not going to be strong. We would like for it to be strong because it is the first week of winter, and you'd think that, okay, winter's here. It's going to get cold. Well, it's not. And this cold front will just do a couple degrees cooler on our daytime highs. So it's not going to do much for temperatures, but what it will do is drop, daytime highs and morning lows a little bit, but more importantly, increase our chance for rain later in the week. Is it a slam dunk? No. It's just a 30 to 40% chance, and mainly late at night when you're sleeping and waiting for Santa, late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. So let me show you what happens. So here's the hour by hour futurecast. This is Tuesday morning, so Christmas Eve early, right? If you're traveling up north towards Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, anywhere, in North and Northeast Texas, that's where it's going to get a little active. So Christmas Eve morning, starting off with rain, on and off showers and storms up north of Austin and towards Dallas and Fort Worth. You fast forward, this may also produce and generate a couple of thunderstorms that could be strong to severe. Lightning, maybe some isolated hail up farther north, far removed from San Antonio. Not going to see a threat of that here. But if you're traveling, if you're going to be anywhere in the Dallas and Fort Worth area, it's rain and thunderstorms that may be a concern Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning. Tuesday night, some of that action moves farther south as kind of a quasi squall line. I don't want to call it severe, but it could be. The severe weather threat is low, especially in the city, but if you're watching from like Gonzales, east of I-35, Luling, LaGrange, Columbus, anywhere around the Houston area, late Tuesday night is when this line of broken showers and thunderstorms will form along a very weak cold front and then move farther south. So this may result in some lightning, some thunder, obviously. So as Santa is preparing to move and arrive to South Texas, he may have to encounter a couple of storms in the area. That's late Christmas Eve into Christmas Day morning. Here's kind of a localized look at it. I think most of our action in the city, and if you're watching from the hill country, will be clipped. It's not going to be a widespread threat. But again, anywhere east of I-35. So Gonzales, Seguin, LaGrange, Columbus, Hallettsville, Floresville has a better chance at seeing a stronger thunderstorm late Tuesday night, which is Christmas Eve. Notice how it just kind of passes through San Antonio. Not much action. Moves farther south towards Victoria, Beeville, Port Lavaca, Rockport, Corpus Christi, etc. And then towards Houston and Galveston. So again, this is Wednesday morning, Christmas Day. I think most of the daytime will be quiet. It's just late at night and the pre-dawn hours that could be of concern. And as you can see on the rainfall forecast, not too impressive, like 1/100th to 1/10 of an inch at best on rain amounts. And then, about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch near Austin. And then the higher amounts are reserved for east of I-35 towards College Station, Bryan, Lake Conroe, right? Yeah, north of Houston. Southeast Texas towards western Louisiana. That's where it's going to get a little bit more active. Late Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Our rain chance is 40%, so not much of a chance, but it is there. Here is the 14-day. You can see highs near 76 tomorrow, 77 on Tuesday, 73 on Wednesday, mid-70s Thursday, with morning temperatures in the upper 50s and lower 60s in the area. Hey there, Diane. Diana, your birthday is tomorrow, the 23rd of December. You have any plans? Are you going out to eat? How are you celebrating, Diane? Let me know. Let me know. Happy Christmas from East Texas, Tyler to be exact. Your mom is an SA, Jamie. And I was raised in Austin where your big sister still is. Awesome, Jamie. You going to make a visit to San Antonio anytime soon? This is the Alamo City. It's the best place to live. Tyler's great too. I've been there a couple times. You still keep up to date on SA's weather. Oh, of course. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you as well, Jamie. Thank you so much. Cheryl, absolutely. Yeah, that was a historic event back a couple of decades ago in South Texas. We were talking about with Cheryl, if you're just joining us, we were talking about a white Christmas. Has it ever happened? San Antonio has never seen one from my recollection and from my understanding, but Corpus Christi has. They saw a white Christmas Eve, not a Christmas Day, but the snow was still left over from the Christmas Eve. That was back in 2004 on Christmas Eve in Corpus Christi. Victoria, where they saw over a foot of snow on Christmas Eve 2004, and that did extend all the way down into the valley. So a truly historic event back in 2004. But that's our forecast. We stay warm, guys. 76 tomorrow, 77 Tuesday, 73 Wednesday, with a chance for a couple of afternoon showers. It's 10% at best. The best chance will be late in the evening and early in the morning while you're asleep, which is fitting because that's when, Santa arrives. Matter of fact, I have this cool graphic. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here on Kent's 5, we'll likely be tracking Santa. NORAD tracks Santa as he's traveling around the globe. And we'll do that, here on Kent's 5 as well. The forecast is we're calling for cloudy skies, 61. I should probably adjust this actually because the radar is incorrect. Let me see, because he's at the North Pole still. Let's see. Bear with me. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to comment down below. If you're traveling anywhere across the nation, if you're going anywhere, let me know, and we can get you updates on the weather across the nation. Because if you're flying to Chicago, for example, or the Northeast, that's where it'll get a little bit more active with snow, rain. We'll see some rain in North Texas and even here in San Antonio, but not as much as the northern tier of the United States. Cheryl, have a Merry Christmas. You as well. Hope you have a wonderful, jolly, holiday coming up, Cheryl. Let's see if I can rotate. No. I can do this real time. This is going to be so hard. This is not going to work. I'd have to rotate this whole thing, which would be like, yeah, Santa's like up there, in the northern latitudes of the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, let's just go back to the 14-day because that's taking some time. All right, so here it is one more time, guys. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Tomorrow, 76, 77, Tuesday, 73, Wednesday, overnight rain chance, a couple of storms possible late Christmas Eve. Aside from that, we stay dry pretty much through next weekend as we wrap up December in 2024. New Year's Eve looks to be pretty nice, highs in the middle 70s. That could change, obviously, and we'll update the forecast accordingly. New Year's Day, though, a little cooler. Our forecast models are hinting at, maybe a stronger cold front by the end of the month, and that typically happens. New Year's Eve is usually colder. That's usually how it happens. And New Year's Eve and New Year's Day calling for highs in the 60s and 70s and mornings in the 40s and even 30s by the end of the month through maybe early January as well. But of course, we'll keep tabs on that and keep you up to date. Matter of fact, download the KENS 5 app. It is free in the App Store. Our local meteorologists, me, Paul, Bill, Roxy, Jeremy, we have updates on our KENS 5 app. Anything regarding, severe weather, winter weather, tropical weather, severe weather, you name it. We have updates on our KENS 5 app. It is free again in the App Store, so download it today. We have updates on the 14-day, everything you need to know around San Antonio. Meantime, 76 tomorrow, guys, 77 Tuesday. The mornings will be comfortable, but they won't be cold anymore. I would say each day going forward, at least through this next week, is above average, unseasonably warm, 60s in the mornings where they should be in the 40s, and daytime highs are in the 70s when they should be in the 60s and 50s. So this is a very, very mild pattern setting up. And it's not really, favorable for widespread rain chances, but you can see there are a couple of days through the week where we have a 10-20% chance at an isolated shower. But that is for the forecast, guys. Have a wonderful night. We'll be live on Ken's 5 News at 10 in about an hour. We'll be on a little late. But tune in, Ken's 5 News at 10 on CBS for the latest on local news, weather. We'll have another update on the forecast and everything you need to know around South Texas and San Antonio. But yeah, enjoy a warm pattern, guys. 70s through the week. Morning temperatures, 60s, very warm for this time of year. 77 on Christmas Eve. That's like 15 degrees above average. And then a little cooler by Wednesday and Thursday, and hopefully even colder by the end of the month and the 1st and 2nd. Have a wonderful night, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you later.